A very good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Hello again. Yep, there are some people online. That's great. I'm so pleased that you are here. And I'm kind of really excited about the show, despite the fact that life is very difficult. And I will go into the difficulties in a moment. But I can kind of see myself and I can even see my eyes, which is good. I had a burst vein in my eye 2 days ago, and I thought this is so revolting. I can't really do the show. But then it kind of miraculously disappeared. So that is helpful. And I can see so many people here. That's great, from England, Scotland, Wales, Texas. It's fantastic. So many people in England, in America, all over the world watching, and so many people watch these shows as a replay. So normally we reach somewhere around 400-500 people every week, which is the starting point, and hopefully a starting point to reach more people and to really create a fascinating, better world. I just saw there was one comment about saving the world in 20 days. So it's not really 20 days. I was talking about 20 years. But apart from that, we may touch on this. But I felt guided to postpone this topic and to talk about something else, which is very interesting. I spoke to a friend a few days ago, and we were talking about a video I had just shot, and the comment was, well, you said what you basically always say: we are spirits in a body. And I thought, yes, that's true. And I basically will continue saying that all the time. But today we are going much deeper into the subject, what that really means. And that is so much more complicated than it may seem. So we will go step by step into this topic, and I look forward to your comments and to your engagement and to emails afterwards. And yes, about just really having a conversation. Before, let me just say something personal. I did say life is complicated, and life is complicated. Not just when it comes to understanding what it means to be a spirit in a body, but also just everyday life. When I look around, and this is why things are really kind of getting so political with what I say at the moment, not party political, but in terms of how can we really live as a spirit in a body in everyday life, and how could that eventually be reflected in society. But also, well, I'm in California. I'm still in LA at the moment, and I'm here for a reason. Because in LA, films are made and television is made, Hollywood. And there are many fascinating productions with incredible animations and with sometimes a lot of depth and with spectacular stories, and it's thrilling, it's fascinating. Hardly anybody in the world does not somehow watch something produced in Hollywood and feel a connection. So my idea is to somehow use this incredible reach that Hollywood has for Reiki. Not just for Reiki, but for the ideas behind Reiki, the idea that we connect with people all over the world, the idea that we are connected, what we are talking about, the idea that we are a spirit in a body and other people as well, and what that means. And of course, over the years, there have been some big movies like whenever that came out, so many years ago, Ghost or something like that. So there have been some movies that are really kind of touching on these topics, but generally it's seen as a niche, and it's kind of shunned by big production companies, and that has to end. So I'm in touch. I've developed a few concepts how, in a fascinating, entertaining way, Reiki, learning Reiki, using it, the transformation it brings us, how that can be put on screen for a television format. And I'm here for a few more weeks. So if you know anybody who you feel I could approach, I could work with, then please let me know. Send me an email, get in touch, and please help me to talk to people and to get through to somebody, however they are connected to television, to production, but somebody who actually do something. And what doesn't really help is you need to be on the Oprah Winfrey network. I mean, I know I should, but the thing is, how do you get that? So unless you give me a direct number, it's not really working like that. I can't just kind of send an email to whatever, just something, the management of the network or so. But if you do know somebody, if you feel that would be a match, that would be interesting, I think Thorsten should have a conversation and just see where this could lead to, then I would be very grateful. As I say, got another 3 weeks here, 21 days. After 21 days of fasting and meditating, basically of giving up, Mikao Usui had the breakthrough and suddenly felt the connection to the universe and felt Reiki. And so it's a powerful number, and we'll see what comes out of that. I just thought I wanted to share it and just see how well, if there was anybody who may have some contacts. But what is also really difficult is today's topic, and that is just so interesting. So we are a spirit in a body. Of course, we know that we are. But what is a spirit? What does it mean to be a spirit in a body? And what does it mean to feel being a spirit in a body? How does that work? So there are a few kind of ways to get closer to that, and we will step by step go there. But it's really quite a journey. When I came up with a topic, I thought that's really quite simple. Of course, I'm a spirit in a body, but how do we get to this self-realization? How do we get to this awareness? While at the same time getting lost in everyday life and in all the difficulties? Well, for me, there were two important aspects to that. There were basically three, I think. First, it was reading about it. Neil Donald Walsh, Conversations with God, the idea that we come again and again, that this lifetime is one of my incarnations. It just made sense to me. It made sense to me intellectually, and well, how else did it make sense to me? I somehow sensed, I could feel it was right. But well, that was just the intellectual understanding. Then Reiki came, and I could feel something. I could feel a connection to something else, something higher. I could feel the flow of energy. So I started to realize that basically I am energy. At some stage, I learned past life regression. And that was just so fascinating, because I could enter, or I could visit past lives that I had, and I could help well, hundreds of people to do the same. And from that, there was kind of proof suddenly that yes, we've been here before. So that's the idea of reincarnation. But then what part of us goes on? What part of us comes back? Is that the spirit? Is that the soul? Who are we really? Spirit, of course, means nothing but energy. I'm a spiritual being, means I am an energy being. And this is something I think we should start with, to just realize I am energy. And I exist on different vibrational levels. So let's just start that for a moment. It's an exercise that I do every single day, and I often do it several times a day because for me, it's so fascinating. It's both, it's grounding and it is a way of accessing the different dimensions, the different vibrational levels that are in myself. So if you just want to sit or stand wherever you are at the moment and just like feel your connection with the earth, feel your body and feel your connection with the physical realm. Of course, we are in a body. We are a body. And now just bring your awareness to your third eye and kind of just visualize to open your third eye and to open up that you're also a higher vibrational spiritual being. Feel the connection, feel the guidance, intuition, just seeing a bigger picture. And then bring your awareness to your heart and feel your heart, open your heart, and just be the love. And then bring your awareness to your crown chakra. Feel your connection with the divine, with the universe. And just take a moment to sense inside and feel this multi-dimensional energy being that you are. Then just come back into the here and now. First, I thought, so where is my soul? But the soul or the spirit within is made up of these different vibrational levels. So this is just a fascinating thing just to realize I am in a body, and so is the person that I can see across the street. I am a spiritual being. I am a higher vibrational being. And so is this person on the other side of the street. I have a heart. I am love. And the same applies to the person on the other side of the street. And I am a divine being. I am connected with everything to the source. And so is the person across the street. So we need to realize this really for ourselves, who we are and what we are. And then when we see the person across the street, we can start accepting them and respecting them because they are the same, even though they may be entirely unaware of it. So this is basically being a spirit in a body, being a being energy. So we are energy, and by definition, energy theory, energy doesn't get lost. Energy changes, energy flows, and when energy is stuck, often problems occur. So that's what Reiki does. Reiki brings in higher vibration energy to unstuck us, to open blockages, to clear blockages, to bring change into everyday life. Reiki is often felt as coming from the outside, but ultimately, when we use it, we can really become one with it and realize that it is part of us because we exist on these different vibrational levels. This is all, I think, fascinating. And what I so like about it is it is experiential. But being a spirit in a body, like in a nutshell, is this really what this can explain? To a certain degree, yes, but we can go further. And then we get to a realm, to a territory, to a concept, and to an experience that is very different from how I saw being a soul or being a spirit in a body initially. I basically thought, so that's Torsten. Next time he'll have another name, and he may not be a he may be a she, he may be a they, he may be anything different. And then this person that at the moment I identify with as Torsten will just reincarnate. But and of course that is what we are. But this is basically just kind of moving in between two levels. It's moving between the physical realm and the spiritual realm of individual beings that are quite kind of connected to the planet. So we are born at a certain time with a certain idea about our lives. Then we experience life. Sometimes we wait forever for changes, and then some changes come, and we live. And when we look back, we realize we learn so much, we develop so much, and at some stage we pass on, we move, we transition to the other stage, which is not the ultimate stage. It is the next level, the spirit level, but the spirit level in still an individual, not necessarily shape, but experience. This is why we can talk to dad, grandma, somebody who passed away in the spirit realm, because there is still a level of individuality. So there is a part of us, which we may want to call the soul, that goes on, that stays, that reconnects with the loved ones. There's like a soul family. And then at some stage we decide to come back. And we come back to a certain degree, to a huge degree, with the memories and ideas and experiences from our most recent past incarnation and from other incarnations. So it is within us, even though we may not be aware of it, but to a certain degree, our life is determined through this. We may call it karma, but then karma is something fascinating I'm working on and actually writing a new book about. And we feel very much kind of bound by karma, even though we don't have to. Well, that is another topic that we'll address at some stage. So we kind of move in between. So this is the like soul, individual soul, Atman, part of our higher self. But there in the yogic tradition is also the idea of Brahman, and that is the universal higher self. And the two are the same. So now suddenly, when we realize that, we can reach completely different levels. We can go beyond the individuality and the duality in the shape we experiencing it on the third, the three-dimensional, and the fourth level, the kind of so-called spirit world. But we can go further. And this is a level that can be experienced more and more deeply. It is a long journey. I have been doing a lot of meditation here in the States, and I've been going to a meditation center from time to time, and I found these people there. They were very, very deeply connected, and they were talking about feeling this divine inside. And I realized that the saints, the founders of religions, that they actually just stayed in this presence, and their teachings are infused with this awareness of being divine. So one could argue this is really what it means to be a spirit in a body, to be divine inside. But then what is that? Where is that? What is that? What does it mean? And now we're getting to this fascinating idea of consciousness. We are consciousness. We are aware. We become more and more aware of what's going on around us. We can also become aware of ourselves. And we are aware that what we are doing, what we are identifying with, is not all that we are. So it is almost like we are watching a movie and we are in the movie. We are in a body and we identify with the body, which is absolutely not just okay, but necessary to survive. But at the same time, we experience what it means to be temporarily in a body and to be restricted and to be a human being. We are experiencing it and we are watching it. And to get to this point and to stay in this point is a way to feel who we really are, to feel the love, to feel the light, to feel this incredible inner peace. And I find that one of the quickest ways to experience this is to take a deep breath, to just hold the breath for a moment and just become aware who you are. And then just let go again. It's just a fascinating experience or exercise to do and to just for a moment think, oh, what's there? What's in between the breaths? What is that? Where am I? So if you're ready, I would like to invite you to join me to do that for a moment. Just take a breath and hold your breath. And just feel the space. And then just breathe out again. Let's try that again. That, I think, is a fire engine, something like that out there. So I hope it's not too disconcerting. So just take a breath, hold it, and let go. This is a way, a starting point to feel that when we go beyond ourselves, beyond our physical selves, beyond our thoughts, our identification with the thoughts, beyond our feelings, when we just are, we get a glimpse of I still exist, but not as an individual anymore. I am consciousness. And we can go deeper and deeper into this. In fact, this is the new Reiki Science Master course that I recently launched. It's all about this. It is about being consciousness, staying in this consciousness, and working on this level. And the deeper we go into this awareness, we can start working and operating on this level. It is a journey. It's an incredible journey. It's an exciting journey. And there are times when I find sometimes we just think, so why am I here then? What am I doing? Why am I in this bloody body that gives me so many problems, while I could just be free? I could just be spirit. But of course, the thing is, we are free and we are spirit anyway. So the experience we are having here is this temporary experience. Just once more, take a deep breath, hold your breath. And then breathe out again. And now let's just go a little bit further. Let's open up to Reiki and let Reiki help us to really feel the highest vibrations in the universe. This is what Reiki is. What we just feel, this brief opening, and just being in this space, in this complete connection. This is what we are connecting to when we are using Reiki. But then we are feeling it as energy, and it comes into our energy field, and we connect with other people, and we reach out, and we use it for healing and for change and for a deeper understanding of what's happening in life, in our lives and in the world, and help other people to change their perception. But it's all ultimately coming from this very, very high level. Reiki means divine energy. It is a description of the highest level of energy, ultimately the level of consciousness. But it is a connection there. And the more we use it, the more we can open up and the more we can become one with this. This is what the Reiki Master symbol is designed to help us with, to just completely be in this space and in this level. But every symbol of Reiki and every time we connect to Reiki and we use it can take us there as well. So let's just see how Reiki can help us to experience our divine self more deeply. So just take a moment to connect to Reiki. Just close your eyes. And just sense the connection. And now let Reiki take over. Just be Reiki. Don't just feel Reiki. Don't just use or utilize Reiki. Just set your intention to be Reiki. And realize that suddenly there is no distinction between Reiki and yourself. And then just open your eyes and still be Reiki. Still be in this space. And then just take a moment to thank Reiki and come back into the here and now. And that's the big problem. Do we have to come back into the here and now? I actually think we have to. I feel that we always need to come back. We need to ground ourselves. We can still carry on in this awareness, but we also need to be in our body, in our minds, in the here and now, to function every day. So this is the duality. This is the ultimate duality, or not ultimate, the limited duality, but the duality of being in a body, being incarnated. We are both. We are a spirit in a body. We need to work with the body, but we also need to just deepen this connection. And I strongly believe by doing so, we automatically reach out to other people in different ways. We deal with people differently. I mean, I don't know where I am at the moment. I'm still in this space. So if somebody now told me something really nasty, I would realize this and I would maybe react to that as well, but I would also still be in this space. So this is how we can really change the world. Living a spirit in a body. And once we live in this awareness, and once we live in this awareness every single day through Reiki, through meditation, through breathing in, just being for a moment, we can deal differently with other people. With all these crazy and sometimes horrible people. And of course, I mean, there are murderers. There are people who do the most unspeakable things. There are people we would, I don't know, we can't bear the thought of them being a human being, but the problems they are. They have completely lost their connection. And they probably have lost this spiritual connection for many incarnations. So we need to help them to reconnect. And I feel by staying in ourselves, by being our divine self, however outrageous this actually may sound, but by being our divine self, we can reach out to other people and they will feel the light, they will feel the love, and they will change. I feel it's the only way to make the world a better place. And then we can start saying, so what is a society? What could it look like when we build it on this principle? It's just coming to me. I think that's it's an interesting exercise. Just take a moment to just state aloud to yourself, I am a divine being. I am divine. It feels strange saying that, but we can feel it. We just felt it. So just let us find ways to remind ourselves again and again and again, I am divine. I can never be lost. I am divine consciousness. And once we feel this, once we live this, so many things can change. We have chosen to have the restrictions of a body, And I know, looking at people here, and I know many people and the names from the courses already, I know that some people are going through hugely challenging, difficult times. But we are going through these difficult times as a spirit and a body, as divine consciousness having this experience. And I indeed strongly believe and feel and experience that once we open up, the more we open up to this inner light, the more the change can take hold of the rest of our life experience. And things change. We change, and people and situations around us change. Well, that was just fascinating. As you can see, I've kind of tried to develop that because I had a slightly different starting point when I came up with the idea and when I sent it out yesterday. I think I reworded the title 3 times because I just kind of wasn't happy with how it sounded. But I think we certainly have gotten somewhere. And the most important aspect is the experience of our divine self. And in this incredible energetic vibrational level that we are in at present, that we have opened up collectively. I don't know if you can feel it. When I tune in, I can feel where we are at present collectively, with everybody live here and everybody on a replay as a group, having just stepped into our divine consciousness. So let's just stay there. Let's join in a Reiki share and feel this connection and multiply the healing energy by sharing it with everybody. At the same time, of course, receiving help, healing, love ourselves. So when you are ready, just connect or reconnect to Reiki once more. And then just set your intention to connect with everybody who is here live and later in a replay for the Reiki share. If you've learned the connection symbol, you may use that. And just take a moment to feel the depth of your connection to Reiki, the highest vibrations in the universe. Feeling your connection with your divine self, with your heart. And feeling from there the connection with everybody in this Reiki share. Just feel the energy, feel the flow in this Reiki share, this Reiki healing circle that we are connected with that presence. And just give it a few more minutes to just relax, just bathe in this healing energy. Let it reach every part of your body, every part of your energy field, and every part of your life. Then you can slowly come back into the here and now. Just take a moment to thank Reiki. Of course, it will continue working. And if you would like a longer Reiki share, just watch a replay afterwards and feel the connection again and join in. It's just amazing how Reiki works and how easily it can be learned. And there is just a question here how to basically learn Reiki. There are many very good Reiki teachers, Reiki masters all over the world. And I would just set the intention to find the right Reiki teacher for you and Google, have a look around, and you may just find one. The place where I'm staying at the moment, there was on the 4th of July. We were all on the roof terrace up there, a few friends of mine and lots of people from this building. And a friend of mine started talking to a lady here, and she said, "Oh, I'm going through a difficult time at the moment, and I somehow feel I need some Reiki." And my friend said, "Oh, there's just the person here." So she brought me over, and we're going to meet up soon. So this is interesting. Something that just comes. The right people are just there. Of course, Reiki can also be learned online. And let me just try to get that in there. The Reiki Revolution. Where do I find that? There we go. The ReikiRevolution.com is the website connected with this channel and my work. And you find books about Reiki there, you find more information about Reiki, and you find several online courses. Reiki 1, Reiki 1 and 2 combined, practitioner training, Reiki science training, Reiki science complete master training. All that is on there. So if you feel you would like to train with me and you are happy to do this online, it's all videoed. So you have access to a library of videos for life. And the attunements, the initial kind of connection to Reiki is direct with me. And we you book a slot. And at that time, I'm connecting with you for this attunement to open up, to transfer the energy. It works very well. So if that is something that you're interested in, then that is also an option. And I think we have kind of slowly just connect there again. We've kind of slowly come to the end of today's show. That was fascinating. And I really enjoyed that. That was very, very deep. And I just see one question here. Yes, so I do have a recognized master certification, a master teacher course online, and you learn everything that you need as a Reiki master, looking at Reiki history, looking at the symbols, looking at everything that is Reiki, but also going deeper, working with the master symbol, getting an attunement, learning the master symbol, why we have symbols, what it means, going deeper into the idea of consciousness and working on that level. So it's a deeper level than previous master courses, because it is this new, deeper understanding of divine consciousness that we are working in there. But everything that needs to be learned in an Usui Reiki master course is part of this training, and you receive a certification as an Usui Reiki master and teacher. So you can attune other people and you can teach other people. It also gives guidance as to how to structure Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 course. And so you basically get the whole everything you need to know as a Reiki master, and you find that on the ReikiRevolution.com as well, I think. I better check myself, but I'm very certain it is on there. Otherwise, I am going to put it on there straight away, because I launched the course only quite recently. And if you are already a Reiki master, you can go more deeply into what it means to be a Reiki master and kind of at this level of consciousness and new techniques that I'm using every day. And I just think it's fascinating to work on this level of light and deep consciousness. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the real communication that we can have over this incredible medium of the internet and YouTube. So thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. I am not going to make any announcements now what we'll be covering, because I think so much is going on at the moment. I think it's coming quite close to the show. It may be this idea that we really only have 20 years to save this planet and to save this as like a playground of humankind as we know it, with scientific evidence, but also some suggestions and inspiration how we can really turn things around. And there is a lot of scientific evidence that things are going not in a very helpful direction. And to basically sustain being able to be divine consciousness in a human body, I believe, will be good to keep this planet and allow this experience and this incredible development to continue for much, much longer. But we have to consciously work on that. And that may be the topic either next week or over, at one of the shows over the next few weeks. So once more, thank you so much for joining, for this beautiful energy and this connection that I can still feel. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and see you next week.